Welcome to Made in Ely, where we chat to local business owners about what they're building and how they're doing it. Recorded here at the Ely Work Collective. So today's guest is Louise, owner of the Beauty Loft in Ely. Welcome, Louise.
Hello.
Good to have you here. So for folks that haven't heard of you and haven't heard of the Beauty Loft, crazy people, tell us a bit about you and what you guys do in Ely.
Yeah, so I'm Louise, owner of the Beauty Loft. We are a hair and beauty salon now. We're actually based in Little Downham. We were in Ely for 9.5 years, but we've just expanded. We're now in Little Downham.
My goodness, big change.
Change.
So before we dive into what you guys are currently doing, the gorgeous salon, which I've very, very pleased to have first-hand experience of how lovely it is. Let's take you right back to the very beginning. So before you were kind of in beauty, what were you doing before? What kind of led you to the industry, and what did that journey look like?
So originally left school, worked at Archer and Archer, which is now Ward Gethin.
Oh God,
Archers.
yeah.
Yeah, I was a legal secretary there. Left, had my children, had a bit of time off, and thought, okay, what am I going to do? As much as I love being a mum, I'm not a stay-at-home mum. I need to be busy. So yeah, decided on beauty.
Oh my goodness! Wow, what a jump! Is it something I guess you had an interest in before, or
No, it was just like, what can I do that I can work from home and do?
Yeah.
And then thought, I'll look into beauty.
Yeah, amazing.
So, yeah.
And then you did your training?
I did my training. I went to college in the evenings and did my NVQ level 2 and 3.
Yeah.
While the children were still little.
Oh my goodness! Wow, I bet that was a bit of a juggle doing that alongside.
It was actually okay. I think my husband struggled more. My children even now remember the first night I went to college and Dad was in charge of cooking tea, and they still tell the story to this day. And I got a text saying, "Mum, you need to come home."
I take it he's not a great cook.
He is now, but he wasn't.
He's had to.
He wasn't 15 years ago.
Oh, bless her. That's amazing though. And so quite a jump then. So kind of going into beauty is something
Massive
that you kind of had an interest in, but then were like, right, I'm going to do the training, and then then kind of set up from there. Was it terrifying? Was it?
No, I don't think I thought about it. I just thought, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And when you're a mum and your children are so young, I literally didn't have time to think about it. I went from like mum mode to college to learning to back to mum mode. So it was just, you just go through the process, don't you?
You just have to do it.
Yeah, but I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. And then, so you did your training, and then was there a plan? Obviously, we're going to fast forward in a bit to where you are now, having your own salon, all of that kind of thing. Was that always a plan? No. Okay.
The plan was to just do 2 days a week during school hours while the children were at school. But I'm not the sort of person that ever just does something. I'm all in. So yeah, I set up my little room at home, and then like leaflet dropped throughout the village, and then I just become really busy, which I'm still so grateful for. So 2 days became 4 days, became 4 days and evenings, and then weekends, and it just started to take over our house basically.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you, in those early days as well, was that a real surprise to you that it grew that quickly? That you got, I mean, obviously you say you wanted to start doing a couple of days a week. That was the initial aspiration. Yeah, did it take you by surprise?
It did, but also I don't like to say no to people. So yeah, it did take me by surprise. But again, I think it's what you make it, isn't it? And I always wanted something that represented what I wanted. So when you're a mum, you have no time for yourself. And I wanted somebody to come to my treatment room and forget about life at home and just relax. So I've always taken that little bit of extra time with my clients, got to know them, and things like that. And I think that's why it grew so quickly, because it wasn't just come and get your nails done and go home. Like, I would make them feel like special and welcome, and so that's how I think it grew so quickly.
And I think, especially given the type of industry you're in, I always say it's one of those kind of industries that the person like make or breaks it, doesn't it? You can have one person that does a massage, you can have two people that have been trained the same, but give a very, very different service.
Yeah,
It's and like you say, it's how people feel when they come in that environment. All of that kind of adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's personality, isn't it? You know, you either click with your therapist or you don't, and yeah, I think that's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you take it from there. So you were at home. You got the salon at home. Things were going great. Much better, much more than you kind of even imagined. Take us on from there. What?
So it was actually, we were building a house and we were designing the whole house around my beauty room. So that was one factor, but also the children were getting older, and they wanted friends around after school. You know, they wanted to, you know, watch the TV and play noisily, and it was always like, shh, mum's got a massage in, or shh, mum's got a client in. Like, we can't do that. So it kind of like my sort of hobby was taking over our whole home life. So it was like, okay, let's maybe look to move this somewhere else. And also I wanted somewhere that would give me boundaries. So I had an opening time, a closing time, and that would be it.
Because that's very difficult when you've got something in your home, isn't it? You know, you're kind of there, you're still tweaking with things, or you get that last minute client. It's like, oh, could you just squeeze me in? I can imagine it's much harder to say no in that sort of environment, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, I'll put you on the end of my day because I haven't got the commute. I can literally just shut the door and I'm home. But it was getting so, like, you know, especially this time of year and proms, I wasn't finishing until like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, God.
So it was time to move it, set some boundaries. And actually bring it from a hobby to a business.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there anything, so you, like that kind of move at that point, and then set it up in you know, sort of a salon space, more, you know, that sort of a bigger commercial space. What was that like? What was that transition like?
It wasn't too bad. I think it was childcare was the biggest thing, because obviously I could have the kids in another room watching TV, and then suddenly it was like, oh my God, I've got a salon. What am I going to do with my children? So yeah, lots of juggling. But all my clients moved with me, so it was actually really nice, because I was gone from being at home on my own with my clients, which is lovely, but actually being around more people and feeling like I could actually help more individuals when they came through the door.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose it also opens you up to more clients as well.
Yeah,
you know, people
100%.
are seeing you're, you know, obviously where you guys were in Ely as well, a bit more of a prominent position. People would walk by. I guess you had a bit more of that as well.
We didn't really get that many walk-ins because we were on the second floor. We didn't have our own shop front. So again, it was all like word of mouth recommendations and things like that. That we went from.
Absolutely. And just before we get into the, you know, a bit more of the where you are now, in those early days, so for anyone, you know, that's maybe, you know, obviously completely different industry that's setting themselves up for the first time, is there anything that kind of you know now that you wish you could go back to that younger Louise and say, hang on a minute, you know, bits of advice that you would maybe share?
I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? I always say go with your gut.
Yeah.
Like, just go with your gut feeling. You're always right. You know what you're doing. And just believe in yourself, really. Yeah.
Because I think it's so hard in those early days, isn't it? When you're kind of like, especially that, you know, you're testing the water, it's a new, you know, a new industry, it's a new, you know, that kind of thing, that you're, you know, to know what the plan's going to be, to know where things are going to evolve as well. It's really difficult, isn't it? Yeah, no, definitely. So then when you were in the salon, how did that go? How did that evolve?
God, I don't know. It just, I think we've always like just grown. So I started out with, I think I had one member of staff. Got them busy, and then we added, and then you added. And I've always stayed true to very traditional beauty treatments, never followed the trends. So I think that's always worked. And I mean, I've still got clients that come to me now that came to me in my spare room at home.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow.
14 years down the line.
Wow.
So I think, I've just done what I do well, and that's it.
Yeah. But I think that's actually quite rare. As in, like, to stay, you know, I was talking to somebody actually at a small business this morning, and they were saying about that, you know, especially you look at maybe other competitors on social, or all of these different things that people are doing, and you get into that danger of kind of like, oh, well, maybe we should try that, or maybe we should, you know, and you then start to do things, even if it's a, you know, content, or if it's certain things that actually aren't authentic to you and your business and what you're good at, you can kind of, you know, tend to be a bit swayed, can't you, sometimes?
Yeah, I don't I stay in my own lane. I think that's probably one of the best bits of advice is just be yourself and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't follow the trends. Just do what you love to do and what you do best.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've always done.
Absolutely. And I think like you say, you've had clients with you for that length of time as well. And you know what they like, you know the types of clients as well that I suppose you attract as well. And you know the types of services that they're coming for and the reasons they're coming to you as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of making sure that you support those and are offering them something.
Yeah. And just get to know your clients. You know, obviously I know my clients very well. They know me. Get to know them, get to know what makes them tick, and you know, and remembering my husband says I've got the most amazing memory and he hates it.
That's unfair.
And I just remember, so you know, if I haven't seen a client for 6 months, but I'll remember maybe that they've just been on holiday or their daughter was sick, and just remembering those things makes them feel really special.
100%.
So that's
oh no, but it's so true though, because I think we're the same here. You know, I try and do that. I'm terrible at it, but I try as much as I possibly can. Because like you say, you know, if someone does that same to you, it's how you feel about that. You know, if someone asks me, I haven't seen them for ages, and they're like, oh, how was that thing you were going through? Or, you know, and you know, and it's something that's personal to you, it makes a world of difference, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
They then feel like they're not just a number in your diary.
Yeah.
They're actually, you know, special to you, and you have listened to them. I think that's the main thing. Yeah,
absolutely. No, definitely. So fast forward to where you are now. Tell us about that. Tell us about that kind of journey to the new salon.
So pre-COVID, we had reached a point where we were fully booked months in advance, you know, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But we were at full capacity because we only had 2 little treatment rooms and 2 nail desks. So we could have 3 of us in most days. Some at Christmas we'd have 4, but it was such a juggle, and we had such a little tiny reception area. So pre-COVID, I was like, do you know what? Maybe we should look for somewhere. And then obviously COVID hit. Yeah. And then after COVID, it just picked up again, which was amazing. But you become comfortable, don't you?
Yeah.
So again, we became fully booked.
Yeah.
We were all moaning about the space. But I just wasn't ready to make that jump.
Yeah.
Until this year.
What do you think made that change? What was that change?
2 things, I think. One, my landlord gave me a rent increase.
Okay.
That's always a big push.
Yeah.
And the second, my mum obviously had a brain aneurysm. She won't mind me telling. Back in May last year. And I think it makes you realise life is too short. And you never regret something you've done that hasn't worked out, but you regret not doing that thing. And also, nothing ever came up that I loved. I viewed 2 or 3 properties over the course of, you know, last year, before my rent increase, and they just never felt right. So I was like, no, this doesn't feel right. And then obviously, the Old Bishop's Palace came up in Little Downham. That just felt right.
Yeah.
But obviously, the backstory: it came on the market. I was due to view it on the Tuesday after the bank holiday. My mum had her brain aneurysm over the bank holiday, so I didn't view it.
Gosh.
We actually missed out on it. Somebody else took it. And I said to the landlord, look, if it doesn't go ahead, please get in touch. Yeah. You know, I'm still interested. So I think it was August. He just texted me and said, it's fallen through. Do you want to come and have a look?
Oh, my God.
And I remember messaging my manager and said, because she was about to board the plane, I was like, don't board the plane. Don't board the plane. You can't go on holiday. I need help. But I went to view it with my husband, and as soon as I stood in it, it just felt right. It felt like the Beauty Loft. It sounds weird, but like it just had that same feeling that our little loft did, just on a very bigger scale.
Yeah.
So that's how we found our new premises.
That's, I mean, you talk about fate, my God, for that, like...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. And then it went under a bit of I would say a facelift, I don't know, but well, a lot more than a facelift.
A lot more than a facelift. Yeah. So, I think we signed the lease and we got the keys last week of October, first week of November. Wow. And I remember thinking, oh my God, what have I done? Because it was just this big open barn, basically.
Yeah.
But obviously my husband is a builder.
Yeah.
So bless him, worked night and day and transformed it for us.
Yeah.
And then we moved in on the 3rd of January.
Wow. Oh my gosh. What? God, that's a
big
transformation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. To do it in that timescale as well.
Yeah, and the timing was not great because
Yeah.
obviously it was Christmas. So
Yeah.
November, December are our busiest times in
Oh God,
the
of
old
course.
salon.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to start the new year in the old salon either. I wanted to start the new year in the new salon.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did put ourselves under quite a lot of pressure. Oh, well, I put my husband under quite a lot of pressure to get it done in time.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you know what? I think sometimes that's the best way. It doesn't always feel like it at the time. Absolutely
100%. And I do say to this day, without the renovation, I wouldn't have got through what I was going through with my mum.
Yeah.
But equally, I wouldn't have got through my mum without the renovation. So it came like side to side at the right time.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
No, I think, and I think, like you say, especially premises, you have that feel, don't you? I know it, like you said, back to that thing of like, that gut feel, isn't it? When you walk around a place, if it's right, especially with, the type of business you guys have as well, is that whole experience, that whole, that's from the second someone turns around, draws into your beautiful car park with it, at the moment, or hopefully the wisteria is still there.
No, it's
gone.
No. Apparently it might come back September, October time.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. So anyone who hasn't seen it, definitely go at that time or all year, but especially then. Beautiful. So it's you're kind of setting that scene from the get go, aren't you, as well? And it's so important.
So I knew coming out of Ely that, obviously it's a big risk, isn't it? Going from a town centre. But, we found clients were always late because of parking and they rocked up stressed because they couldn't get parked. And I was like, do you know what? I need to take this out and take that stress away from everybody.
Yeah.
So, it just felt right. Like you said, the minute you drive up, somebody said to me the other day, "Oh, it feels like I'm driving to a spa." I was like, "Love that."
I 100% agree. When I came, I felt exactly the same because it's you've got the gorgeous hedges and it just you have that kind of that relaxed feeling from the second you kind of turn off down the road, and that's exactly what you want.
Yeah,
don't you,
and we're
for
literally
clients.
like 8 minutes from Ely, and if it's going to take you 10 minutes to get to me, you're allowed 10 minutes because there's a whole car park all to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So I knew it had to be something special. Yeah, and the parking was a massive bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one thing I have to pick on as well. Pick on, that sounds bad. I have to mention in the salon is the colour scheme. I just think it's wonderful. I'm a big pink person myself too. Tell us a bit. Was that?
So
how did it come about?
Pink is obviously my favourite colour. And I'm not allowed pink at home, obviously. So we were grey and pink. The old salon was grey and pink.
Yeah.
So again, I wanted something different. I like to be different. I don't want to follow the crowd. I want to stand out. Yeah. So I did a bit of market research. Must have been October. I'm not going to mention, but I went to 4 different hair salons and had a blow dry. It was amazing. I was living my best life. Once a week, never washed my hair for a whole, in between for a whole month.
That's the dream itself.
And the one thing I noticed was everything's black. They're all black. And I was like, this isn't girly. This isn't calm and this isn't relaxing. Yeah. So when I told everyone my vision, they were like, no, what are you doing? You're never going to find it all to match. Because again, I'm a bit OCD, so everything has to match, as you've seen in the salon.
Of course, no, absolutely.
But I found it. I got there. And I remember having a conversation with my husband every week. And he was like, right, Lou, we need to pick the kitchen units. What colour do you want? I was like, pink. And he was like, okay, what about the walls? I was like, pink. And I messaged my landlord, bless him. And I was like, just checking it's okay if I paint the walls pink. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then when he stepped in, he was like, oh my God, thank God. I thought you were going to do Barbie pink. But yes, I wanted it again to feel girly and relaxing and just different, which it definitely is.
Yeah. Oh God, absolutely. But also what I love is also the attention to detail in there. Like the little accent things, the lamps. There's so many things that you didn't need to have, if you know what I mean. But you can tell you've really put a lot of thought into it. You really thought about how people are going to feel when they're there.
Yeah. Again, it's that whole client journey, isn't it? Now, we all know we're in a cost of living crisis and money is tight. So when people come and have a treatment done, I want it to feel special. And I think it's those little added extras that make it special, which the lamps and you know, all the little extra bits that
Yeah.
you get without, you know, spoiling people's surprises when they come.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Should I-
But yeah,
Spoiler
I
alert.
just think it's everything. And again, I'm OCD. Everything has to match. Everything's got to be pink and gold.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I love that.
think-
And
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I just think it's what makes, you know, our salon very different to everyone else.
absolutely. That was a lovely segue. I was just going to say to you, we've touched on a couple of different things you said there about what, you know, makes you guys different. But what do you think really sets you apart from, you know, if someone was going to go and have a treatment in and around Ely, what are those things that really set you guys?
One, you can have everything under one roof, hair and beauty, free parking, as we've said. I also think we have always stuck to what we do best, and we don't compromise on products. We've always sort of stuck with brands. But it's the team that I've created, I think, which has been very hard work. But my team, like my manager's been with me 7 years. My staff stay with me quite a long time, which is lovely. But we're all a team. We all get on. We all muck in. Yeah. And I think it's that feeling that people get when they walk in. Like, I know it can be very daunting walking into a hair and beauty salon. You know, there's that whole stigma, isn't there, where it can be quite a bitchy environment. We don't have that. It's like you just come for coffee with your mates, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, and because
gorgeous.
we have that whole openness, like the nails and the pedicures and the brow chairs are all in one big space. Obviously, we've got rooms. If you don't want to be out in the open, you can go into a room. But you know, like nails and pedicures, it feels like everybody just joins in. And we actually have got clients that now book. They don't know each other. They don't see each other outside of having their nail appointments, but they book their nail appointments at the same time, so they get to catch up, which is lovely.
That's so nice.
So, yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, because I must admit, so when I came for a pedicure, and it was exactly like the lady next to me was, you know, having hers done. And we were, you know, I was having a conversation with the lady who did mine. But then there was points that we were all talking about something. It was someone's holiday they were talking about or whatever. And, you know, everyone kind of joined in and stuff. And it was really like, I don't think I've experienced that in any other salon, like in a really good way. I think it was, I thought it was lovely that you kind of got, that's encouraged, you know?
Yeah, it's very much encouraged that everybody's included.
Yeah.
So and even now, like sometimes we'll be sitting at the nail desk doing nails and the hair girls will be doing hair and we'll chat about something and the hair girls will like pop their head around the corner and be like, what was that? What did you say? Normally when we're talking about food, they miss out. But yeah, so it's all big, you know, as much as we are hair and beauty, it's one company. It's, you know, we're all the same team and we all mark in. So
I think that's lovely.
Pick up.
So think about that in terms of the business side, the running side of running a salon. As you touched on there, team is such an important thing, especially given what you guys do. How any tips for anyone? One of the biggest things I think we've had people on the podcast so far, in terms of the, you know, that kind of recruitment side, so getting the right stuff. Especially we've had, you know, Tom from Silver Oak, different people that are in sort of more of those customer service type roles. Yeah. And he was saying a bit about, you know, CV, you can almost throw it in the bin, as in it's more about the person, it's about that sort of side. Yeah. Any thoughts on that, any tips on that for people that are, you know, sort of that's worked for you in terms of from a recruitment side?
So I always say, take your time. Don't recruit because you're desperate. Yeah. I would much rather work 6 12-hour days than recruit the wrong person, because it can be really toxic. I've been there, being in business for 10 years, you kind of get to that point. I think, again, go with your gut. You know who's going to fit within your team. I had a little old lady, bless her, she's passed away now, but she was, when she came in, we used to have to make sure the radio was on a certain station. She had the right, everything had to be right in the room. And I always sit and do an interview and think, what would Mrs. So-and-so think if she was doing her treatment? Would she like her?
I love that.
And I think that's you try and they've just got to fit. I always think I now recruit for somebody to fit within my team more than can they do the job, because you can train most people to do a job. You can't make them fit within your team. I think after 10 years, probably this year I've got it right, because I've just recruited. I feel like I can do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the thing, it's such a challenge, isn't it? And I think a lot of it as well, you can, even in the interview process, you know, you can meet someone and think on face value they're a great fit.
Yeah.
But until also they're actually working in that environment, you still never quite know, do you, sometimes, until they're in
So
it?
I do sort of interview very differently now. So I will do the initial interview, and then I get them back to do like a trade test, which we normally used to use my mum, bless her, but now we use sort of like friends of ours or whatever, and they come in and do a trade test. But I'm present, but I'm normally just in the back room. I let my manager and the girls kind of interview her while she's doing the treatment, so they can sort of get a feel how they blend within the team. And then sometimes we do a second trade test just to see if they fit, to get them to come back again.
Yeah, because like you say, I mean, ultimately as well, depending on what they're coming in to do, you know they've gone through college, they've done, you know, they've had experience elsewhere, whatever. It's like, you know, they're probably very, very good at what they can do in terms of the actual physical job, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's that all of the other elements around that you can't tell, can you, until somebody's in the space?
No, definitely not. And also, I think everybody does their treatments very differently, so that's very hard as well. So I always say, right, forget everything you've been taught. This is kind of our way of doing it, because not that I want everyone to, you know, to do it the same, but there has to be an element of similarity with that. But yeah, it's definitely go with your gut and personality. Make sure they fit within your team.
Absolutely. Do you, until you touched on there a couple of times, 10 years.
10 years.
My God. That's incredible. Especially in a notoriously tricky industry as well. And COVID in the midst of that, and everything, and personal stuff, you know, and everything like that. What's your secret, you know, to have kept going that time and be as successful as you are?
Be present, I think. I have got a lot of salon owner friends, and, you know, I'm not talking about, you know, somebody that has their own salon and they just work with them, like people that have got teams, and a lot of them only now like work one day on the shop floor or no days, whereas I'm still very present in my salon. I'm there like 3-4 days on the shop floor, and then I'm there every day, like just making sure the girls are okay. I think just be present. Because the minute you take your finger off the pulse or out of the salon, you're not relevant. How do you know like what works and what doesn't work? Clients love the fact that I'm still very much there. And when I'm not there, they're like, oh, where's Louise? I mean, that has changed over the last 12 months because of like my mum's situation. But just be present, be in your business.
Yeah, and I think that's so right, because I can imagine as well, especially going from how you've grown things as well, from it being, you know, your baby, and then building a team and having staff, like it's still your baby, isn't it? And it's
they're all my children.
So it's, you know, you kind of you're ultimately are the person that cares about it the most. And like you say, and unless you're there and seeing the things, seeing the, you know, maybe the random conversations that are going on, you know, it's tricky unless you're there to kind of see that, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and I also think it goes, you know, like it just goes so far with your staff as well. They see how hard I work, so they want to do the same. Do you know what I mean? They see how much I love the Beauty Loft, like my brand, and they want to love it as much as like I do, which is lovely. But I think if you step out, you don't get that. But no, you know, no one's ever going to work as hard as you, are they, for your business?
No. I know.
But I have to say, my girls pretty much do work probably as hard as me. In salon, not out of salon.
And that's the thing. So you were saying you're obviously quite a close team. Do you do stuff outside of work too?
All the time. We recently went horse riding.
Wow.
One of our clients has got horses, and we were on about what we're going to do for our 10-year anniversary. So I actually took the girls away for their 10-year anniversary, but that was just like my old team, because we'd had it booked last year. So we wanted to do something, and we were like, what should we do? And then we were like, obviously we've got horses all around us, haven't we, in the new salon? So we went horse riding. My husband did a charity DJ event at the golf club, so they all came with their partners. So we try and do, again, I know that's very unusual, but we try and do a lot of things outside of work to keep that team sort of spirit up and that closeness as well.
But I think that's great, because I think you can, very easy. It could be like, right, you turn up, you do this job, and you sort of, people keep themselves, and there's also
That's
some.
also
there's not-
fine if you want to do that.
Absolutely. But I think having that where they build real friendships and people really get to know each other, you can then, I don't know, there's so much more trust then, isn't there, when you're working with each other?
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. They have to trust you and get to know you and feel like they can come to you. Some of my team are very young, and they do actually call me mum.
Oh, God.
But again, that's, if they have an issue, they can come to me, personal or professional. That's all about building a team, isn't it? And building that team bond, I think.
Yeah.
And that doesn't come from just working together.
No, absolutely.
So, yeah, we do quite a lot outside.
I mean, I can't let that go without asking, how was the horse riding? Had you done it before?
No. Petrifying. They're so big. They're so high. We were quite happy just feeding them apples. But yes.
Oh my God! Well done, you. I've never done it. James is a big fan. He used to do it a lot when he was a kid, and I'm not sure I'd get on one. They terrify me because they are ginormous, aren't they?
They're huge.
Yeah.
But again, you have to sort of look at your team, don't you? We're not really ones to go out drinking and do stuff like that.
No.
We like to think out the box and do different things. So yeah, horse riding.
No, it's very cool. I think doing something like that. No, it's lovely. Nice. Something very different. I like that. No, really nice. So then in terms of, is the other, the kind of that longevity piece, industry wise, I imagine it's changed an awful lot also in that time.
So much.
Is it, what changes have you seen in that time?
Well, it's the injectables, all the aesthetics have come in, whether you agree with it or not, it is within our industry.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not something we offer. Yeah. So that's changed loads. I have to say the standard of our industry has changed, not for the better, right. I think. That's something that, we do struggle with. Yeah.
What, in terms of sort of new people coming into it, you mean?
Yeah, so training, back in my day, we had to go and do like our level 2 and level 3 qualifications, which were at college. They were 12 to 18 months long. That was it. Yeah. Whereas now you can, God forbid, go online and do a 1-day waxing course, and you don't actually touch a physical person, and you come away with a certificate. So
oh my God,
that's
crazy. I had no idea. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. Okay. So but also then I guess that's a challenge for you guys, because maybe some people also for certain treatments might have potentially, especially with that, God forbid, probably had a very bad experience.
Yes, they have.
In some places. So it's kind of, you almost have to sort of undo maybe some of the damage that's been done there for new clients coming in. Yeah. So,
I think we are also renowned that we're quite strict with that kind of thing. Like, we won't remove any other salon's work, because you don't know what you're unveiling. And we don't treat anyone under the age of 16 for like gel polish or lash extensions, because that's what we were taught. That's our industry. That's what we're covered by on our insurance. Yeah. But obviously there are people out there that will do it, because they haven't done 12 to 18 months training, had all that kind of knowledge pushed into them. Yeah. I'm not saying all online courses are bad. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But just the standard of, qualification has definitely changed over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also as well is, like you said, you touched on a bit before, is also the cost of living element, so for people, for those more regular treatments that people are having done, I guess sometimes if price is a real thing for them, they might be tempted to go somewhere, that's probably doesn't have any of all of the overheads that you guys have in terms of the insurance, for it to be done properly. They don't necessarily see all of that side of it and what goes into the cost that you need to charge.
No, and don't get me wrong, we've had clients that have said, oh well, so and so's doing it for like half the price. I'm like, okay, like, please feel free.
That's okay.
So that's okay. This is, and I think, again, that comes with time and confidence and knowing your brand and knowing what you want. Whereas now, I don't try and justify my price. Obviously, you do it to a certain extent, but that's my price. And, that takes into account our qualifications, our time, the standard of our products, the standard of our training. Yeah. If you can go elsewhere and get it, then that's absolutely okay. But this is what we're charging, kind of.
Absolutely. Well, it's interesting. We were chatting to somebody, it was a couple of days ago, and we were saying exactly the same thing in terms of, from that business side of it, people, you know, that I was photographer, and we were saying in terms of that, so you know, the price that you're charging for X, it's not just that product you're delivering. In that case, it's photos, but it's all of the other, it's all of your experience. It's all like, you know, the 14 years that you've built up over that time. It's all of that stuff that goes into that on top of all of the crazy overheads of a business as well.
Yeah,
you know.
and I think, you know, it's very easy for, you know, Joe Blogs down the road to, you know, they work from home, they've got no overheads, you know, they can charge less, and that's okay. But you know, we are very different experiences, a home salon to our salon, and even I think we're a very different experience now from a high street salon to our salon. We've kind of left that era, but there's something for everyone then, isn't there? You know, that's what I always say.
Absolutely. And that's, you know, the biggest thing I found, we've been the same here, is, you know, especially with the kind of community around here, the business, is there's very much that sense of like, there isn't as much, even that kind of that competition element. It is kind of like, actually, you know, there'll be lots of other businesses doing similar types of things, that, you know, in terms of a physical service offering, but they'll be doing it very differently, and they'll also suit different people. And that's great. And that's, you know, there also you might have clients that come to you vice versa that are, you know, someone for another salon, they want a bit more of a luxury feel, and then they can recommend you guys. So it sort of works hand in hand, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And, you know, there are certain salons that if, you know, people come to me and want something that we don't offer, I will recommend them.
Yeah.
But again, our industry is very different. I would love for it to be more like that.
Yeah.
We don't tend to get as much of that, but there are a select few that we do, you know, all sort of recommend each other, which is lovely.
Absolutely. And like I say, I think it's really great that you guys, you have that core service offering as well. Like you kind of stay true to that. I think that's, you know what you're great at, which is very good. So talking about in terms of that community piece, where you guys are based, Ely, we're gonna obviously have been at, you know, physically in the centre of Ely for a really long time. How have you found that as a business, sort of Ely being your kind of base?
When we were in Ely, I loved it. I loved being part of sort of the Ely community. You know, and Ely's grown so much, hasn't it? Like we did 9.5 years. I can't believe we did 9.5 years in Ely. People of Ely, they're just lovely, aren't they? And they're very supportive of everything you do. But just parking's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's
just a nightmare. That's the only thing I've got to say about Ely. And I love that we still have a market.
Yeah.
You know, market days bring so many people into Ely.
Yeah.
But
it's just that element.
It's just that element.
Yeah, we feel you. So we're going to move on to, because we're almost out of time, which is crazy. And we're going to move to the quick fire round.
Okay.
Louise. So I'm going to try and be quick fire with this. I think I'm getting slowly better at this as we're doing more of these, because they normally take about, you know, a bit too long. But we're going to try. So I've got a couple of questions prepped for you. First one being, favourite treatment to give?
Waxing.
Oh my God, I was not expecting that.
No one ever is.
Oh, you demon. Any in particular, or just any?
Intimate
just
waxing.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Which I would say normally follows that you're probably the best at it as well, because if it's something that you enjoy doing, you're very good at it. Okay. That's a curveball. You're throwing me there. Favourite treatment to receive?
A massage.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially, just to kind of switch off.
Just switch off, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
The one product you can't live without?
There's so many. I'm in the beauty industry. If I put my makeup back,
it's a bit unfair.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go with kind of like the two best sellers, what we retail the most in our salon, which is cuticle oil, because keep your nails healthy, and rough scrub, daily scrub for your body. Yeah.
Ooh, is that like as in when you do in the shower?
In the shower, yeah.
Okay. Oh God, both of which I definitely do not do. Note to self. Okay. The best thing about being based in, now Little Downham, but in and around Ely.
Close to home. No commute.
Oh, love that. Okay, very nice. Favourite nail colour in the salon right now?
So it changes week to week, but yellow has been very big the last few weeks.
As in like full on, like super bright yellow?
No, like a buttery.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have visions of, I'm trying to look around for like a really bright yellow and I can't.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I thought you mean like as in day glow kind of yellow. I was like, that's very brave. Well, oh, nice. Okay, so nice sort of like, I guess that summery kind of colours right now. I was thinking your nails look gorgeous. Yeah. I'm going to hide mine under the table. Okay, so clients who chat all the way through or clients who like complete silence, which do you prefer?
me chatty because I'm chatty. But again, it depends. You know, it's if the clients don't want to talk to me, I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's their appointment. They lead.
And I guess you get a gauge on, whether what they want to do.
Yeah.
And does it depend? I guess it depends as well on treatment, depending on what they have it
100%,
done.
Yeah. But then you say that we've got clients that come for a massage and talk all the way through the massage. I know.
Sorry if anyone, obviously this is audible. My face dropped then because I was like, I could not, I mean, as you know, same, I love a chat. Not in a massage. That's quiet time to just try and switch your brain off.
And, you know, we have also clients that come and have a pedicure like you do
Yeah,
and bring their book and sit and read a book. And so you just gauge it, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay. And what does a perfect day off look like for you?
I don't know.
I know. I was like, what's that?
What's that? I run a business. No, I do have a few hours off. Reformer Pilates, which I've just puzzled. I'm going to give her a little shout out.
Have you just started this?
Oh, I've been going a month since
she's
opened. Yeah, I'm on my second block of passes. I love it. And then taking my mum out for a coffee.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So finally, what's next for Beauty Loft? Any exciting reveals you can tell us about?
No, I just want to breathe this year. I think we need to grow the business. Beauty is thriving. Hair is doing really, really well. But obviously we need to grow that. That's still new.
Yeah.
There is a couple of things in the pipeline that me and Emily, my manager, are working on. But that's all still hush-hush.
Okay.
We obviously are supporting Ely Food Bank this month. So we've got a basket if people want to drop donations. And we've got a big raffle on. And we will do a shopping event sort of near Christmas. But no, just to settle into our new home and just grow.
Yeah. Exciting. So for people that don't know where you are, how can they find you in person, obviously at the salon, and online?
So we've got a website, which is obviously the Beauty Loft Ely. We're on Instagram again, the Beauty Loft Ely, and Facebook. We do have a TikTok. I'm not sure how well that's going. The girls, were battering me to let them have it. So they have started a TikTok account, which again is the Beauty Loft Ely.
Oh, lovely. I must say, so good.
And obviously we're based in Little Downham at the Old Bishop's Palace on Tower Road.
Lovely. I would say as well on your Instagram, some of the content lately is just keep doing it. It's great. I mean, obviously we see it a lot from our the same account, and I'm like, I'm sure Louise is loving doing that, but it's. So
again,
it's
it
funny.
comes back to what makes us different. We're just real, you see, like our Instagram page. There's no filters. There's we have this rule now where it's one shot and post. Like we're not allowed. We don't film it hundreds of times.
Oh, brave.
One shot and go. We haven't got time. One shot and go. Don't watch it back.
Yeah. No, I really like that, and it really. That really comes across, not as in like that it's authentic, and I think that's in a traditionally can be an industry where you don't necessarily get that, and also just in social media in general, that's one of my biggest bugbears is like filters. just be authentic to who you are. Don't
the amount of AI pictures we get bought in for hair and nails, and we're like, that's AI.
Oh, don't. I'm glad James isn't here. He would have got him on a right little rant about AI images. It's just, when you're, especially the kind of, the business you guys are in, you have amazing clients that you can take pictures of. Hopefully, if that's a business that is doing the same, they can do the same. Why on earth use fake images? Anyway.
No, we don't.
No, okay.
Grey hairs and all on our socials.
Oh, absolutely. Well, lovely. So for anyone, I would urge you, definitely from a personal side, if anyone hasn't been to see you guys, to come down. It's a beautiful salon. I really mean that. It's it's wonderful. You can tell you really care about the people that are there. So it's big advocate for you.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much for coming in.
No,
it's been
thank you for
lovely.
having me.
And we'll no doubt see you soon.
See you soon.